opportunity to fund, in this particular cohort, I believe, 7 or 9 individuals. So just super excited for the partnership, and can't wait to see the demo day. Congratulations, Charles and Montel.
Sharita?
Hi, I'm Sharita Allen, and I'm actually located in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and we work closely with businesses that are in need of coders. And so we're about to launch this fall a recruitment campaign, and I'm looking forward to partnering with Savvy Coders to figure out how we can grow their footprint and their expertise here in our market.
That's wonderful. We actually, in our current cohort, right after this, so every Thursday night I check in with the cohorts and I just make sure nobody's going to jump off a cliff kind of thing. I was a lifesaver to Charles and Brian, wasn't I? Yes. So in the current cohort, though, that just started, Sharita, we actually have somebody from Chattanooga in the class, Armand. He works for Brainerd Youth, Family and Development. Yes. And he's going to be amazing. So I look forward to working with you on that. Graham?
Yeah, my name is Brooke Graham. I'm a partner in Davari here in St. Louis. Sean Duvall is my partner, and we kind of rotate back and forth as far as who is working with this group. But just an awesome experience. It's always fun to see the individuals that come through this program, and pretty to see their careers take flight as well. So we do IT staffing here in St. Louis, both for direct placement and consulting. So nothing too new there. That's kind of the nature of the environment that we're in, but the way that we go about doing that is pretty fun. It's really understanding people, their drivers for change, and what's really at the in their heart and what they're targeting. So
good. Thank you for being here.
Sure.
George, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, yeah, my name's George. I'm with Home Track, and I was actually hired through DemoDay with Savvy Coders. I'm not sure if it's the last cohort or the cohort before, so I understand what everybody's been through, and well done. So yeah, you should be very proud of yourselves.
Thank you. I'm glad you're here. Steve?
Yeah, I'm Steve Stewart. I have been I'm currently a developer for Bear, and I've been writing code for about 20 years now. This is actually the first one of these demo days that I've been to, though. I just met Elaine, I would say about 6-9 months ago, and just been trying to find ways to help out.
I'm so glad you're here. Thank you. Eric?
Hi, I'm Eric Lynn. I work for a company called Delta Point Solutions, or own a company called Delta Point Solutions. We help businesses make transitions to new platforms, new strategies, new business models. And I'm here local in St. Louis. I've been a software architect for about 25 years. This also is my first demo days, and Lori and I go way back, so she invited me, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you all bring.
Thank you so much. Lauren, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, I'm Lauren. I am actually in the current Savvy Coders cohort, so I'm kind of wanted to watch and get an idea of what's to come, I guess. I'm pretty new to coding, but very excited about web development and everything we're learning. We just are on our second week now, and I've really enjoyed it so far, so excited to see what's to come.
Thanks, Lauren. Nicole?
Hey, sorry. Does my video have to be on?
No.
Oh, okay. Hi, I'm Nicole. I went through Savvy Coders last year. Huh?
Weren't you in George's? You were in George. You graduated with George.
Yep. Yeah. Working over at Ameren right now in St. Louis, so just enjoying that right now.
She separated from the military and got connected with the Hire Our Heroes program, which was very cool, right out of our program. So she actually did an internship with Ameren, and then they hired her because she's awesome. So thank you, Nicole, for being here. So I just wanted to say a couple more things. we did have 3 students. I told a few of you this, but the third, her aunt passed away unexpectedly late last night. So she's not going to be here. So we have 2 students for you guys to meet and hear about their projects. And we're going to start with Charles. Charles is, you haven't been coding before. This was your first effort to code, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So just tell us a little bit about you and then go on and you can do your presentation. And I will make sure that you can share your screen in theory.
Okay.
So, yeah. All right.
Hello, my name is Charles Behringer. I'm 23 years old. I'm currently working on my family farm of Behringer Hunters. We breed staghounds, which are deerhound greyhound mix, which are bred to hunt coyotes in the area around where I live.
Finally able to get into our room.
Sorry about that. Talk about the werewolves.
Okay. They're bred to hunt coyotes in the area where I live. We're currently winding down the business, and so I'm looking for more job opportunities. And when I was in high school, I always wanted to be a game designer, and because I love games, and I always wanted to work on something in that field, but I just didn't have the time to do it then until I came to Savvy Coders. In Savvy Coders, I learned how to code the basics all the way up to where I am now, and it was a godsend to be a part of this class. It means a lot to me. To pursue my career, I decided that this was perfect for me. And with coding, it's very difficult, I know, but it's also very enjoyable and challenging in a way that's fun and exciting, with how it just seems to snap to you once you get the hang of it.
Kind of like
and
a 2x4
with that
hitting you in the
passion,
face, right?
What? I'm sorry?
Kind of like a 2x4 hitting you in the face every now and then when you get it.
Yeah.
Pleasant like that.
And with that passion for this, I created Coders Playground, my project. And I'll be sharing it here shortly. Excuse me. Okay. Here's my project. It of course it doesn't look like much right now, but as it goes on, it'll look a lot better. What it is essentially a Google Docs and VS Code mixed together. Within it, you'll be able to use a terminal that will be here, as well as a chat room that would be on this side, to work with your team in the same coding center without the need for any emails or meetups that would require you to be in the same group or in the same room. It'll be able to be used by both professionals and students alike to allow them to work on whatever projects that they have in mind. Within it, you'll be able to register your email, your names, as well as your own private passwords, and sign up. Unfortunately, these 2 functions aren't working at the moment, but as time goes on, I plan to implement them to make it better.
Always a work in progress.
It's work in progress. Within it, you'll be able to sign in from here, as this is the home page. And then here will be where your essentially your code will be stored, as well as your profile, everything that comes with this. Are there any questions?
Yeah, how is the VS Code integrated?
I used Firebase as my basis. With it, without it, I couldn't be able to use the terminal, as the things that I've learned wouldn't have worked otherwise without it, as well as the chat room, which would require Firebase to be implemented. It runs essentially off of just this. And I hope to implement these changes sooner.
Okay, so that's your next step, is to complete the terminal.
Yes.
And then the chat, whatever.
Yeah. First the terminal, as it's going to be the main part of my design, and then after that the chat room, to allow it to be easier to communicate with one another in case someone doesn't have a headset or a way to communicate outside of something like Zoom.
Okay, so kind of like a mashup of Slack, Google Docs, and VS Code and Terminal.
Yes.
That kind of puts everything in one place. That's interesting.
What inspired this project?
I got this idea actually from class, in which I had trouble with so many tabs open for everything that I needed. I was like, this is a hassle. So I thought, what could I use to make this easier? And I thought of this as my project for it.
Yeah, as going through the class, that's a good idea. I remember my computer definitely struggled with the amount of tabs I had open at some points. So it's a good process to get around it.
Yeah, frustration breeds a lot of innovation, doesn't it?
For sure.
That's very cool. Anybody else have any questions?
I can't see his screen.
Oh.
I can.
Do I have to hit share screen at the bottom to see it?
No. No, but I can send this to you later so that you can watch it.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Charles, this is Nicole. I know you said that the sign-in and I believe the user keys, neither one of them were working just yet. But if I
Yes.
wanted to sign in, once you get that up and running, how would I be able to do that?
This is going to be the home page, what you see right here. Essentially, from here, you can go into the sign-in from up top and
Okay.
sign in as your personal user. But at the same time, you don't really need to use the to be a user to use the terminal. You can use it just for your own mess around, try coding out and such.
Okay.
With
Yeah.
the user, it's essentially it'll allow you to save your code to a cloud, essentially, to make it so that it works better, so that you don't have to save it off onto something else, like a different file.
Wonderful. Thank you.
I like the fact that you took a frustration that you had and you tried to come up with a solve for it. That's very smart. And once you get that done, maybe it'll actually really help the students in the future classes.
I think it'll help everybody. We're all guilty of having a whole lot of windows open. So I think it'll help people, even who doesn't.
Well, plus it's good because it would give you something other than Zoom to be able to communicate in real time without having a bunch of windows open. Especially with the internet being strained right now, like, well, I don't know about you all, but like I have. So very interesting. Thank you. Let's see. Does anyone else have any other questions for him? Or even suggestions on how he can better integrate it, or make any other suggestions and changes? I'd like a little color myself in it.
Okay.
That's just
What color would you like?
I'm very rainbowish, but red would be fine.
I do like the name Coders Playground.
Yeah, I do too. That's very cool.
I like that a lot.
I do too.
Charles, I also like, this is Nicole, I also like the fact that you have the weather up there. And I see negative 314. I guess is that Fahrenheit? I don't know what the F
Yeah,
is for.
it's a bit bugged. I don't understand what happened with it. I tried looking into it, but
Yeah.
everything looks fine in the code.
Mm-hmm.
So I gotta figure out what's going on with that. But other than that, the page works as intended.
But that's really
up to what I've implemented.
because coders don't go outside much. So it's good that they know what the weather is. I mean, hopefully it's not that temperature, but it's good that they know that. So that's good. Actually, you know what I think? Oh no, it wouldn't be negative. I was just thinking it might be missing a decimal point. But that doesn't, it would be positive. It would be very hot at 31.
That'd be 314 degrees below zero.
Yeah, it's very cold. But
Yeah,
I still like the idea. That's important. Coders need that. A reality check-in. Very cool. Okay. Well, if nobody has any other questions, we can move on to Brian.
thanks for sharing.
Yeah, very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, well done.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for taking the time to come out and interview us. Hope you guys are doing well. My name is Brian Eisenbeis. I am currently a student at St. Louis Community College for a cybersecurity degree program. Also, I'm also in talks of getting into another training program as soon as I leave out here to receive 3 certificates. One, the CompTIA A+, the Network Plus, and Security Plus. So I'm really excited about that, but that's all part-time around my work schedule. Hopefully here in a few days, unless nothing drastic happens, I should graduate from Savvy Coders full stack development. I'm super excited about that. I absolutely love technology. I think it's fascinating. I love the fact that it's always evolving. So it's brings you new challenges. I consider myself very good at troubleshooting. I'm good under pressure, and I'm an excellent teammate. So I created a company website, and I'd like to show it to you right now. Okay, this is it. It's called ICE Enterprises. It's a 4-page website. I used a Jumbotron link right here. I thought using a black background would have been a little risky because it's kind of uncommon, but I think the color coordination really makes it look kind of futuristic. It looks kind of cool. Let me briefly explain the concept of this company's website. It focuses on the possible dangers of technology. The more our lives become dependent and interconnected with technology, the more there's ways for it to be used negatively. The company basically, it focuses on selling or promoting counter technology. So technology that safeguards like human liberty, free will, and privacy. And it puts like humans at the forefront of technology as opposed to the other way around, with technology at the forefront and humans in the back. So this is the homepage. Nice little brief homepage here. And then here's an about page. This is a little brief description of the company. And I got these cool little links down here too, Twitter, LinkedIn, and GitHub, in case you want to navigate to those. And then I got a doc side. It's titled Docs for Documentaries. This is the educational portion. I actually created this own document on my own on YouTube, and I'll briefly click it to show you that it works. it's a little scary. So if you want to watch it on your own time, it just talks about the dangers of AI, fifth generation telecommunications, and autonomous drones and stuff. That it really all ties it together and really explains it.
I don't want nightmares.
Okay, and then this section here is products. The company it sells general products, but in the future, I'd like to sell equipment and software and stuff like that. I just got some pictures of revolutionary muskets, and down here, I added these features here where you can, as if you're ordering it like online, you can pick the different types, different year, different stock, in whatever condition it is. It's kind of like eBay in a sense. You can also add different accessories. And then of course you can put your name and all your info here like that. In the future, I would like to add some more pages. Another page of like maybe a message board where people can share and exchange ideas and talk about technology or counter technology. And then maybe like another section of books, you know, it's like to sell books and stuff. I know it really helped Amazon when they first started out. So, you know, I created it mostly in all HTML and CSS, and I did convert it into an SPA, into a JavaScript file. And it's rendering it through Node and Netlify. And that's it. I really appreciate all of you. And if you have any questions.
What were your biggest challenges, Brian, and how did you overcome them? Good presentation, by the way.
Oh, thank you. The biggest challenges for me was just, I would say, overall learning. Pretty much everything I learned, almost on all the steps all the way through, I didn't have a whole lot of experience with. So I had to problem solve each challenge as I went. And it seemed very daunting at first, but in the end, it was really fun.
Sure. You really get to learn how to Google things well, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Google is your best friend.
Yeah.
Did you have anything that helped you learn in like studying tips?
Yes, I combined a lot of things. My first step would be to research it through Google. If that didn't work, I would try to, I'd go to like YouTube and watch videos on it. If that didn't work, then I would ask instructors. And finally, if that didn't work, then I'd ask my classmates. And then if that didn't work, it all failed. I just had to use my own like innovation wit, I guess you could say, to try to figure out the problem. And that's how I learned. I incorporated all those methods into learning the subjects.
Okay.
Congratulations, Brian. This is Nicole. So a couple questions I have. The first question is, where did your vision come from in creating this particular capstone and program?
Yes. Well, when I was considering making my capstone, I considered the time and the difficulty. I didn't want to make it too complicated because I knew I was under a time frame, and I knew my own skill level. So I made something that I felt would be a good start for me and something that I could accomplish. And the topic in itself is my own personal passion that I have. I love coding, but I also love the security aspect of it too. Mm-hmm. I love all technology across the spectrum, but yeah, a lot of my inspiration was my own interest in my personal life.
Wonderful. And then I just noticed that down at the bottom here. So I see the different, and I don't know what some of these mean. Some of them mean something. I'm a little familiar, but just right at the bottom, where I see a $sign and a minus. I don't know. Does that mean that if I clicked on that, what happens? Like you can be paid for this, or Just go down one more. Yep, a little bit. This is just right down at the very bottom.
Oh, I'm at the bottom of the page.
Next to the like lion where it says EIS Enterprise. It's to the left of him.
These right here, these links.
Okay, come down a little bit more. Because at the bottom of my screen, or what I see is like LM, I guess in green. I see a green folder.
I think that's his computer tab.
Yeah.
His own computer. Oh, okay. I was just like, what's the dollar sign? Okay, that's what I was wondering. Okay, wonderful. Thank
No
you for
worries.
that information. Thank you.
Awesome.
I just got that the ICE, EIS, is from your last name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm really blonde, but I just got it. That's very cool. It also means ice cream in German.
Ice does?
EIS.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Brian.
Okay. So we're ice cream. That sounds
Question
cool.
for you, Brian. This is Brooke Graham. If you were hitting the reset button on this project, what would you have done differently?
Yeah, that's a great question because I was going to create another web page as soon as I finish this class to get better. As far as doing stuff differently is just incorporate new features that I haven't yet. All kinds. That's what I love about websites is you can play around with it and totally change it all up. I think the next one I create is it'd probably be like instead of 4 pages, maybe 6 pages, and just play around with the pictures and the colors and maybe add some audio and really get it, really experiment with it.
I thought would you be able to give people the opportunity to upload their own content? So you're kind of like the WikiLeaks of technology.
Absolutely. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah.
And then like incorporate it in with your forum that you said you were interested in adding.
Oh yeah, I think that would really make it really dynamic, really interactive. Mm-hmm. Yes.
So I have a quick question around the products tab.
Yes.
So what sort of security features are built into that, since you're theoretically capturing credit card information?
As far as customer security or protecting their payment information, that I'm not at the skill level right now to incorporate that. But I didn't put it in this one because right now the company is selling just general products, but in the future it would like to sell like products like antivirus software, for example, or any software that basically protects liberty and privacy, or counter technologies. Like I'll give you an example. Like an infrared camera can penetrate walls, and a counter technology to that would be lead paint. Lead paint would block that, so give people privacy. Or like a radio broadcasting switch. So to make sure your device is not transmitting out, you have a manual switch on it that would block the radio frequencies. And it'd be equipment and software and mixed with just whatever products that suit that particular clientele. Because I think in this country there's a huge market for people that are very concerned with with technology, how fast it's moving and how fast it evolves, and they just want to make sure that their basic individual liberties are protected. So it'd be like maybe T-shirts or whatever kind of items that they'd be into, maybe coffee cups or stuff like that.
Do you have a passion for older weapons like this? Because I find that part interesting, but that's mostly just because it's historical.
Oh, yeah. I'm a big history buff. I love history. The Revolutionary War to me is very interesting.
Was a training.
It's part of our country's history, the birth of our nation. It's always interesting.
So this is Eric. I find a lot of folks struggle with the layout. You got a really good layout and good spacing. So did you spend a lot of time with CSS and this, layouts and spacing? Tell me how you felt about learning that piece of it.
Yeah, absolutely. For me, it was all trial and error. It seems like I fell in love with CSS just because there's so much like cool stuff you can do with it. And a lot of it was new to me. So as I was going, I kind of had a general idea of what I wanted to do, which is this. But as I started creating it, it just kind of evolved. And I just based on how it was looking. And if it looked pretty cool or neat to me, I just kept it. And now as I create my projects in the future, I'll kind of know like what works and what doesn't, and I'll become more efficient. This is actually the first website I actually created. And I think I love CSS. I think that's my favorite right now between HTML and CSS and JavaScript.
CSS is so powerful, so it's definitely a great skill, and a lot of web developers don't learn it very well. So learning that is really good, and learning to capture what you learned each time and then keep those tricks with you each time, your toolbox, into the next one, and you build that up, and that's an important skill.
Absolutely. Yes, I totally agree.
Well, great job. I'm very impressed. Mostly, right now I'm really impressed that I remember the EIS thing. But you did an excellent job. Where's the JavaScript? Where did you use the JavaScript in this?
The JavaScript was, from what I can remember, it was written scripts that I converted. I take the HTML pages, which had been like home, about, docs, and products, and then I would take the coding out of that, and then put it into a JavaScript, and then the code would, as it's being called, would call that page, and the JavaScript, would render it.
Okay.
In a generalized statement, pretty much.
And the Firebase?
When you finished your website and then they told you to rip it apart.
Yeah, I was kind of nervous about that. That's why I saved it all in a file just in case, because I don't want to start deleting stuff.
I tell every class that don't go too far because you're going to have to rip it apart. And nobody ever believes me.
I finished mine and then we had to rip it apart.
I remember. It was really ugly. No, great job. Both you and Charles have done an excellent job.
Thank you, guys.
Well done.
Our third student, I'm really sorry that we don't. She's actually going to be doing we're going to have a little miniature demo day for her and a couple other students in a few weeks. So to give her some time to recover. But I want to thank everybody for being here. If anybody has any questions about our program or anything, I'd be more than happy to answer. For those of you that don't know me, I don't know if I introduced when everybody was on. My name is Desiree Avalon. I'm the Director of Operations for Elaine. And I've been with Savvy for just over a year. And I love it very much. It's become my passion. So I'd be willing and happy to answer any questions if anybody has anything. But if not, I guess we're done quite a bit early. But I really appreciate everybody's being here and the questions, and thank you. And Lauren, don't be late for class.
I am ready.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you
you
all.
for having us.
Well done,
Congratulations
Brian.
to
Well
both
done,
of you.
Congrats.
Thanks for sharing.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Thanks.
Bye.
Thank you, guys. See you.
Video desk.
Thank you. See ya.